The trade mission in Aksum was quite successful. I sold all of my grain and bought some casks of wine, olive oil, and spices. Those goods would be sure to fetch a good price at home. I looked up from the accounts and rubbed my eyes, tired from reading by the light of a single candle. "Everything all right with the camels?" I said to greet the boy. He nodded. I offered him a cup of tea and responded, "Let me tell you more about Yodit before we turn in." After marrying Prince Anobis, Yodit had to be patient for her vengeance. Her husband had to become king and build a larger army if they were to ever defeat the mighty Aksumite Empire. 5 years had passed since Anobis had taken the throne when Yodit learned that the Aksumite king, Dagnajan, was planning a military expedition to the east. If she could send an elite force to ambush and kill Dagnajan, the Aksumite Empire would be severely crippled.
You are not soldiers of the Aksumite Empire? Thank God! We have no place to go. Could you please be so kind to help us? This is the pass that Dagnajan's army will march through. We warned the Dajindar, but they are poorly equipped. We had better not let Dagnajan's army come this far.
Our spies report that Dagnajan's army will be on the move in 1 hour and 15 minutes. It is much faster than we expected, so we must hurry. Dagnajan's army will march in 30 minutes. The monastery up ahead is very important to the Aksumites. We should destroy it. This is where the Aksumites train the elephants. If we destroy the castle and free the elephants, they will not be able to train new ones.
These monks will no longer be able to march west with Dagnajan and boost the morale of his army.
We have only 10 minutes left before Dagnajan's army marches on Dajinda.
The elephants are on the loose! Catch them before they destroy our town!
I have spotted a large Aksumite army heading west. They must not reach the western pass.
The king of Aksum is dead! Without its leader, the empire will soon crumble before the power of Yodit, the rightful heir.
When the news of Dagnajan's death reached the city of Aksum, both of his sons tried to seize the throne for themselves. A civil war broke out, and the once mighty empire began to crumble. Of course, Yodit... A soft snoring drew my attention to my son. The lad was already sleeping. Outside the northern gate, the camels groaned. Irritated by the traders mounting the animals to begin the long journey back to the Ethiopian highlands. Drivers urged the large caravan forward with loud shouts and cracking whips. As I took my place next to my boy, the sun slowly began to rise above the hills. Not far from the gate, we passed a field of great stone stelae. Some stood tall, reaching for the sky, but most lay toppled, their pieces scattered over the ground. Father, Daniel asked, looking up at a towering stele. When we entered the city, he told me that these stones marked the graves of ancient kings. Is Dagnajan buried here as well? I shook my head. No, my son. Those kings are long dead, and the body of Dagnajan was never recovered. His two sons were far too busy trying to slay each other, while the Aksumite Empire was divided by civil war. Yodit ordered a fleet to be built. An invading force would cross the Red Sea and strike hard at Musawa, the most important harbor of the empire.
We are approaching Masawa. Let us seize this land for Yodit.
Selamneş.
Ginbanyan, Ginbanyan.
Betetenke komelo.
Ao, Ereduchihal. Ginbanyan.
Maadinko farinen.
Au, edua galen. Resho, Uga. Buena vita desmens. Uga. Edua galen. Eshi, Reltia Wal. Abetaleke. Eshi.
Ao, Enchech Velajni. Ginbanyan.
Au, edua galen.
The Gishi, Ginbanyan. Salamne. Efatsemawan, Enchech Velajni.
We will fight for Yodit once you have visited all the other tribes.
Our holy temple was destroyed by Gidajan. We will join you so that we can have our revenge.
Au.
A gaining.
Zigini.
Tetsumoello. Gundengani. 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 Au. Gundengani. Suzazi Shinsujin. Gundengani.
Au. Esh Egaini.
Our Arabian allies have sent us some ships.
Selam Neş.
Gin Banyan.
The local tribes pledged their allegiance to Queen Yodit. Use these men as you please.
Au.
Heredichihal.
We have raised Masawa. The road to Aksum lies open.
Although Gedejan had managed to kill his brother and take the throne in the meantime, he had also lost the north to Yodit. Soon she would advance to the capital for the final battle. Before I could dispel Daniel's youthful naivety about warfare, shouts arose from the front of the caravan to stop for the night. The caravan had stopped at the top of a hill after a long day of traveling. Some merchants sat around the campfire, sharing wineskins and roasting a goat. Others were already pitching their tents. Up here, the nights could be very cold. Daniel had just finished his portion of goat. Faza, would you finally tell me how Yodit became Queen of Aksum? Before I could respond, Tariku, an old, lean merchant with white hair, stood up. He stared fiercely at my son with his one eye. So you want to hear about our good queen, lad? Tariku fought against Yodit's troops in Aksum, I whispered to my son. Daniel could only nod to the one-eyed man. 30 years ago, Tariku began solemnly. I was patrolling the northern hills of Aksum when suddenly I saw a sea of banners in the distance. The sun reflected upon rows of armored men. Yodit had finally arrived to destroy the cradle of Ethiopian civilization. I shivered, for her fury was legendary.
Gidajan has made his last stand in Aksum. Let us conquer the city for Queen Yodit.
Zugitjune. Ao. Gundenganing.
Ginbanyan. Salamne. Ginbanyan. Ao. Ginbanyan.
Your series of victories will finally come to an end today. Never shall you succeed in conquering Aksum.
Tezazin sisi.
Eshi.
Salamne. Esh. Beredu chihal. Ginbanyan.
Teazazatin yetebekuno. Walo.
Ao.
Gundenganing. Gundenganing.
Abetalo.
Gidjune. Ginbanyan. 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 Ginbanyan.
Abetaleke. Teazazatin yetebekuno.
We have found some locals that are willing to trade with us.
Yodit and her followers fight for a just cause. For a small amount of gold, we are willing to join your side in this battle.
Betetenke Gogalo.
We have conquered the first district.
Betetenke Gomelo. Teazazatin yetebekuno.
Another district is now in our hands.
Uga.
Another tower lies in ruins. Soon all of Aksum will belong to Yodit.
Teazazatin yetebekuno.
Another part of the city has surrendered to our forces.
Betetenke Gomelo. Enuga Galin.
All that remains is to destroy one more tower. Then, Aksum will finally be ours.
Tätä tenkää komeilla.
The battle for Aksum is over, and so is Gidajan's reign of terror. Victory is ours.
I saw how Gideon finally fell, his body covered with blood. He was wrong to kill his brother, yes, but he was the rightful heir to the throne. I tried to defend my homeland from disaster and lost my eye for it. A small price for such an honor. Now you remember this well, boy. Yodit's rise to the throne was not some glorious adventure. It was a bloody mess. The old man leaned back, sighing. Glancing at my son, I noticed that he suddenly seemed older than he had this morning. Nobody dared to whisper another word.